Say this, and she'll be obsessed with you. All right, buckle up because we're diving deep into the world of attraction, but ditching the textbooks and grabbing a beer instead. Forget everything you think you know about pickup lines and cheesy tactics, because we're about to unlock some seriously potent psychological secrets that'll have women thinking about you long after you've said goodbye. This isn't about manipulation, it's about understanding how the female mind really works and using that knowledge to spark genuine attraction. We're not talking about fleeting interest here, we're talking about creating a lasting impression, the kind that makes a woman wonder, what is it about him? So, ditch the nervousness, crank up the confidence, and let's get started. The core idea, it's all about the feels. The big secret? Attraction isn't a logical checklist. It's not about having the perfect car, the perfect job, or even the perfect smile, although those things don't hurt. It's about the feeling you evoke in a woman. Think about it. How many times have you met someone who ticked all the boxes on paper, but the spark just wasn't there? That's because attraction bypasses the logical brain and goes straight for the emotional center. Most guys try to impress women with shallow compliments. You're pretty, nice eyes. While those might get a polite thank you, they're about as memorable as a commercial jingle you hear once and then forget. The key is to use words that burrow into her mind, words that linger, words that create a sense of intrigue and desire. We're talking about phrases so powerful they can shift the entire dynamic of the interaction, turning you from just another face in the crowd into the guy she can't stop thinking about. The video we're kind of riffing on here gives 3 killer examples, and we're going to break them down, dissect them, and figure out how to use them like a freaking Jedi Master. But remember, these aren't magic spells. They only work if you deliver them with genuine confidence and authenticity. So let's get into it. 1. I don't need you, but I want you. The power of detachment. This phrase is like a truth serum for attraction. It instantly communicates a level of self-assuredness and independence that women find incredibly magnetic. Why? Because neediness is a huge turnoff. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who is constantly seeking validation, clinging to your every word, and basically putting you on a pedestal? It's exhausting, right? It screams desperation and insecurity. Most guys think that winning a woman over means showering her with attention, proving their worth, and basically bending over backwards to please her. They're trying to earn her affection. But that's exactly what pushes women away. It puts them in a position of power, and nobody wants to feel like they're doing someone a favor by being with them. They want to feel chosen. I don't need you, but I want you flips the script. It says, I'm not desperate. My life is already full, but I see something special in you, something that makes me want you in it. It's a subtle but powerful distinction. You're not trying to fill a void in your life. You're making a conscious choice to be with her. This taps into a psychological principle called the law of scarcity. Basically, people value what's rare, uncertain, or difficult to obtain. Think about limited edition sneakers, concert tickets to a rare band, or even a perfectly ripe avocado at the grocery store. The harder something is to get, the more desirable it becomes. A guy who's always available, always texting first, and always eager to please becomes predictable and, frankly, boring. He's easily attainable. But a guy who's confident, focused on his own life, and not easily impressed, now that's a challenge. And women are wired to respond to challenges. It's in their DNA. When you say, I don't need you, but I want you, you're sending a subconscious message. I'm a man who has standards. I'm not desperate for love. I don't chase, I attract. That kind of energy is magnetic. Important note, this isn't about playing games or acting like you're too cool for her. It's not about being rude, dismissive, or emotionally unavailable. That's a surefire way to kill any chance of attraction. There's a huge difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is about knowing your worth. Arrogance is about forcing others to recognize it. If you deliver this phrase with an arrogant smirk, she'll see right through it. She'll know you're just putting on an act. But if you say it with genuine confidence, if your actions back it up, if your life is already full of purpose, passion, and personal fulfillment, she'll feel it. And that feeling is what makes her unable to resist you. The key, timing and tone. Don't just blurt this phrase out randomly. That's awkward and weird. Use it in moments where she's trying to gauge where you stand, when she's testing the waters. Here are a few examples. If she asks, "Do you really like me?" Instead of answering yes immediately, which screams eagerness, say, "I don't need you, but I want you." If she says, "What do you even see in me?" Instead of listing reasons like a desperate man, say, "I don't need you, but I want you." If she starts playing hard to get, teasing you, or testing you, this phrase instantly resets the power dynamic. It lets her know you're not afraid to walk away. You don't chase, you don't beg. And that's the exact moment she starts chasing you. This phrase isn't a rejection. It's simply a setting of your boundaries and a quiet assertion of your own value. It's confident, it's sexy, and if you manage to say this just right, it could also be the start of something very, very special. 2. I bet most guys don't make you feel like this. The power of suggestion. This phrase is a pure Jedi mind trick. It's not a compliment. It's not a question. It's something far more powerful, a suggestion. When you say, "I bet most guys don't make you feel like this," you're planting a thought in her mind, one that she can't help but explore. Now she's wondering, do I feel different around him? What exactly is he doing that other men don't? Why does this moment suddenly feel more intense? Once she starts thinking about it, she starts feeling it even more. That's the power of suggestion. You're not telling her how to feel. You're making her realize on her own that she feels something unique with you. And that realization is irresistible. Women don't just fall for words. They fall for the way words make them feel. This phrase triggers something called the contrast effect, a psychological principle that makes people pay more attention to something when it's compared to something else. When you say, "I bet most guys don't make you feel like this," you're creating an instant comparison in her mind. She starts thinking back to her past experiences, all the dates, the conversations, the flirty moments. And now she's subconsciously putting you above them all. Because if you weren't different, if you weren't making her feel something rare, why would you even say that? Attraction isn't just about looks, it's about emotional investment. A woman can find a man physically attractive, but if he doesn't make her feel something, he's forgettable. This phrase forces her to engage emotionally. Once she starts thinking about how you make her feel, she's locked in. Now, she's analyzing your words, your energy, the chemistry between you. She's feeling the difference instead of just hearing it. And that's the moment she starts wanting more. Most men rely on surface-level compliments. They tell a woman she's pretty, that she smells nice, that she has beautiful eyes. That's why this phrase is so different. It doesn't focus on her looks, it focuses on her experience with you. And that's what makes it hit hard. The catch, you gotta back it up. You can't just throw this phrase out there and expect magic. You have to actually create a moment where she feels different around you. This means keeping eye contact just a second longer than normal, slowing down the conversation so it feels deeper, more intense, being genuinely present and engaged in what she's saying. Say this phrase at a moment where she's already feeling a spark. If you do this right, she won't just hear your words, she'll feel them. And that feeling will keep her coming back for more. Timing is everything. Dropping this phrase too early, before you've even established a connection, feels forced and contrived. Say it at the wrong moment. When the energy is flat, it loses its power. Here's when to use it. After a deep conversation. If she's opening up to you, sharing personal thoughts, or laughing more than usual, this is the perfect time. During a moment of chemistry. If you can feel the energy between you shifting, maybe there's some flirting, maybe she's looking at you differently, this phrase seals the deal. Right before you leave, saying this phrase before ending a conversation or parting ways creates a lingering effect. She'll be thinking about it all night. The best part? It doesn't just make her think, it makes her feel. And at the end of the day, that's what makes a woman chase you. The goal isn't to make them think you're attractive, but to make them believe they find you to be attractive. A subtle difference, but a vital one. 3. I know you're trouble, but I like it. The power of embracing the challenge. All right, we're about to crank things up a notch. This phrase walks the line between attraction and obsession, and it has the potential to push a woman right over the edge. Why? because it plays on one of the deepest psychological drives inside a woman's mind, the desire to be wanted but not easily controlled. Most guys make the mistake of being too agreeable. They nod, they compliment, they try to prove they're safe and nice. But the problem is women don't want to be safe. They don't want to be predictable. They want a man who sees their wild side and embraces it. That's exactly what this phrase does. When you say, "I know you're trouble, but I like it," you're doing something incredibly powerful. You're acknowledging that she's a challenge, suggesting that she has a side most men can't handle, telling her you see through her innocent act and you're still intrigued. This taps in her ego and her curiosity at the same time. Now she's wondering, does he really think I'm trouble? What does he see in me that other men don't? Why is he so confident about handling me? Once a woman starts asking these questions, she's already hooked. This phrase works because it flips the usual power dynamic. Most men try to convince a woman to like them, but this phrase subtly makes her the one proving herself to you. Instead of chasing her approval, you're making her wonder if she can handle you. Instead of playing it safe, you're creating a sense of danger and excitement. Instead of being just another guy, you're now the man she wants to impress. It's flirtation, challenge, and intrigue all in one sentence. There's a psychological principle at play here called reactance theory. It states that when people feel like they're being categorized or limited in some way, they instinctively push back. By calling her trouble, you're subtly challenging her identity. Now she has to prove herself to you. She'll start teasing you back. She'll start showing you different sides of her personality. She'll start working for your attention instead of just receiving it. And that shift is what makes a woman obsess. Playfulness is key. You can't say this phrase too seriously or it'll sound accusatory. You can't say it too casually or it won't have impact. You have to say it like you're in on a secret, like you know something about her that even she hasn't fully admitted. Here's how to deliver it with maximum effect. Lock eyes with her. Hold that tension for just a second longer than normal. Say it with a slight smirk. Keep it subtle, like you're letting her in on a mystery. Pause after, "I know you're trouble." Let her brain fill in the blanks before you add, "But I like it." Done right, this phrase will send a spark down her spine. She'll laugh. She'll playfully deny it. She'll lean in closer without realizing it. And that's when you know you've got her. Context is king. This isn't a phrase you drop in a dry, formal conversation. It's a heat generator, something you use when the energy is already rising. Here's when to use it. If she teases you, if she jokingly calls you cocky or challenges you in some way, this phrase flips the script. If she's acting playful, if she's laughing, giving you those knowing looks, or testing you, this phrase raises the stakes. If you feel the chemistry building, when the conversation is getting flirty and fun, dropping this line cranks up the tension instantly. The moment you say it, she won't just see you as another guy. She'll see you as the one who can actually handle her. And that's a turn on she won't be able to resist. Putting it all together, the art of the subtle seduction. So there you have it. 3 powerful phrases that could transform the way women perceive you. But remember, these are just tools. They're not magic wands. The real magic comes from your confidence, your authenticity, and your ability to connect with a woman on a deeper level. Don't just memorize these phrases and regurgitate them like a robot. Understand the psychology behind them. Understand the feeling you're trying to evoke. And then use them sparingly in the right context with the right tone. This isn't about manipulation. It's about communication. It's about expressing your interest in a way that is both intriguing and respectful. It's about showing a woman that you see her for who she really is, flaws and all, and that you appreciate her for it. When you master the art of subtle seduction, you'll no longer be chasing women. They'll be chasing you. Key takeaways, the Cliff Notes version. Attraction is emotional, not logical. Focus on creating a feeling, not just ticking boxes. Neediness is a turn-off. Project confidence and independence. The law of scarcity is your friend. Be a challenge, not a pushover. Suggestion is powerful. Plant thoughts in her mind that make her realize she feels something unique with you. The contrast effect works wonders. Make her compare you to other guys and come out on top. Embrace the challenge. Show her you can handle her wild side. Playfulness is key. Deliver these phrases with a lighthearted, confident tone. Timing is everything. Use them in the right context when the energy is already rising. Authenticity is crucial. Be yourself, but be your best self. These are tools, not magic spells. Understand the psychology behind them and use them wisely. Beyond the script, building a foundation for lasting attraction. Okay, so you've got these 3 phrases locked and loaded, ready to deploy. But let's be real, attraction isn't just about dropping a few well-placed lines. It's about building a foundation, a genuine connection that goes beyond surface-level interactions. Think of these phrases as the icing on the cake, not the cake itself. So what's the cake made of? Here are some key ingredients. Confidence. We've already hammered this home, but it's worth repeating. Confidence is the bedrock of attraction. It's not about being arrogant or cocky. It's about believing in yourself and knowing your worth. Work on your self-esteem. Set goals and achieve them. And take care of yourself both physically and mentally. Authenticity. Nobody likes a fake. Be yourself, quirks and all. Don't try to be someone you're not just to impress a woman. The right woman will appreciate you for who you are, not who you're pretending to be. Humor. A good sense of humor is incredibly attractive. Being able to make a woman laugh is a surefire way to break the ice and create a connection. Don't be afraid to be silly, to poke fun at yourself, or to tell a good joke. Vulnerability. This might seem counterintuitive, but showing vulnerability can actually be a sign of strength. Opening up about your feelings, your fears, and your past experiences can create a deeper level of intimacy and trust. Just don't overshare too early on. Save the heavy stuff for when you've built a solid connection. Active listening. Pay attention to what she's saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Ask questions, show genuine interest in her thoughts and feelings, and remember the details she shares with you. Eye contact. Maintaining eye contact is a powerful way to communicate confidence and interest. It shows that you're engaged in the conversation and that you're not afraid to connect with her on a deeper level. Body language. Pay attention to your body language. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, and make sure your posture is open and inviting. Avoid fidgeting or crossing your arms, as these can be signs of nervousness or disinterest. Respect. Treat her with respect, regardless of whether you're interested in her romantically or not. Be polite, listen to her opinions, and avoid making offensive or inappropriate comments. Independence. Have your own life, your own hobbies, and your own friends. Don't make her the center of your universe. This will show her that you're a well-rounded individual with your own interests and passions. Passion. Be passionate about something, anything. Whether it's your career, your hobbies, or your volunteer work. Having a passion will make you more interesting and attractive. Ethical considerations. Don't be a jerk. All right, let's talk about ethics. Because with great power comes great responsibility, and these techniques can be easily misused. The goal here is to attract genuine connection, not to manipulate or deceive anyone. So, here's some ground rules. Don't use these phrases to manipulate. The goal is to create a genuine connection, not to trick someone into liking you. If you're not being authentic, it will eventually backfire. Don't be disrespectful. These phrases are meant to be playful and intriguing, not offensive or demeaning. Always treat women with respect and avoid making comments that are sexually suggestive or objectifying. Don't pressure anyone. If someone isn't interested, respect their decision and move on. Don't try to pressure them into changing their mind or guilt-trip them into giving you a chance. Don't be entitled. Just because you use these phrases doesn't mean you're entitled to anything. Attraction is a two-way street, and it's up to both of you to decide if you want to pursue a relationship. Don't use these phrases on vulnerable individuals. Avoid using these techniques on people who are clearly vulnerable or emotionally unstable. This is unethical and can be harmful. Be mindful of your intentions. Ask yourself why you're using these phrases. Are you genuinely interested in getting to know this person, or are you just trying to boost your ego? If it's the latter, take a step back and reevaluate your motives. Be aware of your audience. What works on one person might not work on another. Pay attention to her reactions and adjust your approach accordingly. Be prepared for rejection. Not everyone is going to be attracted to you, and that's okay. Rejection is a part of life, and it's important to be able to handle it gracefully. Don't take it too seriously. Attraction is a game, so have fun with it. Don't get too hung up on trying to impress someone. Just be yourself and let things unfold naturally. The long game, building a relationship, not just getting a date. Ultimately, the goal isn't just to get a date. It's to build a lasting relationship. And that requires more than just clever phrases and psychological tricks. It requires genuine connection, shared values, and a willingness to work together. So, once you've sparked that initial attraction, how do you transition from flirting to building a real relationship? Here are some tips. Be vulnerable. Share your thoughts, your feelings, and your fears. Let her see the real you, not just the charming facade. Be supportive. Be there for her when she needs you. Listen to her problems, offer encouragement, and celebrate her successes. Be honest. Honesty is the foundation of any strong relationship. Be truthful about your feelings, your intentions, and your past experiences. Be respectful. Treat her with respect, even when you disagree. Listen to her opinions, value her perspectives, and avoid making hurtful comments. Be communicative. Talk openly and honestly about your needs, your expectations, and your concerns. Communication is key to resolving conflicts and maintaining a healthy relationship. Be affectionate. Show her affection through physical touch, words of affirmation, and acts of service. Be adventurous. Try new things together, whether it's traveling to new places, trying new restaurants, or engaging in new hobbies. Be playful. Keep the spark alive by being playful and spontaneous. Surprise her with unexpected dates, leave her love notes, and don't be afraid to be silly together. Be forgiving. Nobody's perfect, and we all make mistakes. Be willing to forgive her when she messes up, and ask for forgiveness when you do the same. Be committed. Building a lasting relationship requires commitment. Be willing to invest time, energy, and effort into making the relationship work. Addressing common concerns and FAQs. Will these phrases work on everyone? No. No technique works on everyone. People are different, and what one person finds attractive, another might find off-putting. It's important to be aware of your audience and to adjust your approach accordingly. What if I mess up the delivery? Don't sweat it. Everyone makes mistakes. If you stumble over your words or say something awkward, just laugh it off and move on. Honesty and humor can disarm any awkwardness. What if she sees through me? If she sees through you, it means you're not being authentic. These phrases are meant to enhance your natural charm, not to replace it. If you're not being genuine, it will eventually backfire. What if I'm just not confident enough to say these things? Confidence takes practice. Start small, practice in the mirror, and gradually work your way up to using these phrases in real-life situations. The more you use them, the more comfortable you'll become. You might find that the very act of saying them builds your confidence. Is this manipulation? It could be if you're using these phrases with the intention of deceiving or controlling someone. But if you're using them to enhance your communication and create a genuine connection, then it's not manipulation. It's simply a tool for expressing your interest in a way that is both intriguing and respectful. What if she calls me out on using a line? Embrace it. Acknowledge it with humor. Guilty as charged. But worked, didn't it? The ability to laugh at yourself is a huge plus. What's the best phrase to use first? There's no best phrase. It depends on the situation and your personality. Start with the one that feels most natural to you and that you could deliver with confidence. Final thoughts. The journey of attraction. Attraction is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon. It's not just about looks, money, or status. It's about personality, confidence, and connection. It's about being yourself, but being your best self. These three phrases are powerful tools that can help you spark attraction and create a lasting impression. But they're just the beginning. The real journey lies in building a genuine connection, fostering a meaningful relationship, and creating a life that is both fulfilling and inspiring. So, go out there, be confident, be authentic, and be the best version of yourself. The world is waiting for you. One more thing, the importance of self-improvement. While mastering these phrases and understanding the psychology of attraction is a great start, it's important to remember that self-improvement is an ongoing process. The more you work on yourself, the more attractive you'll become. Here are some areas to focus on. Physical health. Take care of your body by eating healthy, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. Not only will this improve your physical appearance, but it will also boost your energy levels and your self-confidence. Mental health. Prioritize your mental health by practicing mindfulness, managing stress, and seeking professional help when needed. Emotional intelligence. Develop your emotional intelligence by learning to understand and manage your emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Social skills. Improve your social skills by practicing active listening, engaging in meaningful conversations, and building strong relationships. Career. Pursue a career that you're passionate about and that challenges you to grow. Hobbies. Develop hobbies and interests that you enjoy and that allow you to express your creativity. Education. Continue to learn and grow throughout your life by reading books, taking courses, and attending workshops. Travel. Explore new cultures and broaden your horizons by traveling to different parts of the world. Volunteering. Give back to your community by volunteering your time and skills to a cause that you care about. The more you invest in yourself, the more attractive you'll become, both inside and out. And that's a surefire way to attract the kind of relationships you truly desire. So there you have it, a comprehensive guide to using these 3 powerful phrases to spark attraction, build genuine connections, and create a life that is both fulfilling and inspiring. Now go out there and make it happen. The most important thing to remember is that you are already enough. You don't need to change who you are to be attractive. You just need to be the best version of yourself. These phrases are simply tools to help you communicate your interest and connect with people on a deeper level. They are not a substitute for genuine connection, honesty, and respect. So, be yourself, be confident, and be authentic. The right people will be drawn to you for who you are, not for who you're pretending to be. And that's the most attractive thing of all. This is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the process, learn from your mistakes, and never stop growing. The world is full of amazing people waiting to connect with you. Go out there and find them. And remember, the power to attract is already within you. You just need to unlock it.